I definitely started out the year very strong in my beliefs on the need for racial, religious, and gender role reforms. In my This I Believe essay, I mentioned how the pay gap between the two genders is very, very disturbing. And the fact that I make almost 30 cents more than my sisters do or ever will is pretty that's scary, especially when you take that into consideration. Leaving college, I'd start with $50,000. 30% of that, that's it's a lot of money that they're missing out on. Um, as far as racial reform is concerned, I'm still very strong on that position. There, especially as of late, there's a lot of racial tension, and it's due to the inequalities that we see and to the systemic racism that we see in just the way that everyday events are carried out. I'm also fairly unchanged in my belief on the need for religious acceptance. You know, you should be able to practice your religion. It's what it is. Uh, there's again an extremely large need for reform for all three of these. But ending out the semester, I definitely, with the help of the scholarly engagements and the, constant reiteration of how broken our education system is in the linked course that I'm taking, I'm fairly strong in my beliefs that a man has to take care of himself before he can take care of anyone else. And there's one thing that we can always do. It's a grassroots movement. So staying fairly local, uh, making sure that your person, are able and willing to be a part of these changes that we're starting to see is extremely important. And it's the very first step, is making sure that you yourself are ready to take any means necessary. And this goes on into my future career as an educator, making sure that me as a person is willing and able to help my students, whether it comes from uh, having problems with the home or problems with the material. I need to make sure that I myself have been able to help myself when I'm put in these situations, so I can be able to help my students. I'm fairly set in those beliefs.